delicious hippies. It's Dr. Bell, and today we're in the kitchen. We are talking about, I want to talk about a couple of things, little tips that I do in the kitchen that are super easy, and some of my advice for you busy moms, for busy parents, how to clean up your lives in the kitchen, and what you're eating and what you're feeding your kids. Really easy stuff. So I like, not every week, but often I like taking Saturday or Sunday to cook up a bunch of stuff for the week. As a busy entrepreneur, I really, and a single mom, I like getting some things that are easy to catch on the go, or a quick bite to eat that is made with love and homemade from scratch as much as possible. So what I did, and this is not the first time I make this, I made a zucchini loaf. It is it's a gluten-free zucchini loaf that my daughter absolutely loves. She ate the whole thing last week, and so this is great. Sometimes she has it for breakfast, sometimes she'll have it in her lunch as a snack or before bed. It's a nice, meaty bread, and so I make it without nuts because if we send it to school, we can't have any nuts. But it is delicious, and my secret ingredient that I tweaked the recipe was, it did ask for cardamom, so I put cardamom oil. So as you know, I work a lot with essential oils, and what I've done is I put 2 drops of the cardamom essential oil in there that really gives it a nice flavor and always smells delicious. So that is one of my little tips. But today I want to talk about a very simple thing. Now, one thing that kind of surprises me and concerns me is meeting women that are in their 30s and even sometimes in their 40s that don't know how to cook, and that is a concern for me. And so, ladies and guys, because I'm guessing some guys are watching us, it's not hard to cook. All right, it doesn't have to be hard. And one of the really cool things you can do is roasted chicken. And the things that you can do for the whole week with that is such an amazing thing. So you want to get a chicken. I get whole chickens, and I put it in, an oven safe, whatever you want to call this, casserole. And I switch it up all the time, but basic, bottom of the line, what you want to do is just put a whole chicken, and this one was frozen, right? So you're just gonna cook it for longer. You can Google how long, but I don't time anything. I just go by, that's one thing. I don't measure anything. But you put the whole thing in there. I put salt and pepper. I cut 1 onion, so a yellow onion. I just cut it in quarters, and I put it around my chicken. Salt and pepper, and I like putting savory. So if you don't know what savory is, if you've been to the grocery store and you see these things hanging around, this is savory, and it is a spice. It's a herb that smells really lovely. I grew up, my grandfather cooked mostly in our household because my grandmother was blind when I was growing up, and so they were always, using savory, and it really reminds me of my childhood. But it's a beautiful herb to be roasting your poultry with. So that is my little hack. I put my, I just sprinkle a little bit of savory on there. Put some water, maybe an inch or 2 of water at the bottom of your casserole. Put the top on and put it in the oven, 350. 2-3 hours, whatever. The longer you cook it, as long as there's water, the more tender it's going to be. Now, this is the end result. I just got it out of the oven. Lots happening here. I'm actually just about to make a salad, and I'm going to show you my favorite dressing recipe that you can switch up. You can do a lot of different things with that. So we're gonna do that in a second. So I've got chicken for my salad. And then I've got chicken for sandwiches this week. I've got chicken to throw into any pasta dish that I can whip up. I've got chicken to make chicken noodle soup. So there's a lot going on with 1 whole chicken. For the whole week, I've got meals pretty much for every day, whether it's for lunch, whether it's for a dinner. There's a lot, 1 whole chicken goes a long way. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're just starting out, try it. Just take a chicken, go buy a whole chicken, and put it in a casserole, put some water, salt and pepper. If you only have parsley, put parsley on there. If you want to throw in some carrots, you can throw some carrots and celery and some root vegetables. You can play around with it, right? It's not hard. It's not hard, and like this goes a long way. So in a minute, what I'll do is I'll be putting some of this chicken on my beautiful, delicious salad. But first, I want to show you guys how I make my dressing. So again, I don't buy dressings. I make my own dressings. I like balsamic vinegar as a little bit of a base. And again, I don't measure, but if I can tell you one trick when you're making dressing, you always want to have a third of what you're using, let's say olive oil, you want to have a third of that's going to be your vinegar, and so, or your acid, right? So I've got some olive oil here, and then again, I don't measure, I just kind of go by eye, and I put a little bit of balsamic vinegar. But lately I've been really feeling and craving apple cider vinegar. So I like the Bragg's. Shake it because the mother's in there, right? So shake it, and then again, I just put a little bit in there, put a little splash, and I look at the bottom, right? Do I have about a third in there? Probably. Just put a little bit more. Apple cider vinegar is so good for you, by the way. And then I put maple syrup. So if you're joining us from, the South or somewhere where maple syrup is not very common or hard to get a hold of, in my part of the world, maple syrup is like, it's everywhere, and it's easy to get your hands on it and in large quantities. When I was in practice, I loved having maple syrup as a gift from so many of my patients that would just make it in their own yard, right? They would have maple trees and they would make it in the spring. So we're blessed to have that here. I put a little bit in there, maybe a teaspoon, and then, now you can add garlic to this if you want. You can add whatever spices you want. But if I'm making it quickly, what I do is I'll put, today we're gonna do grapefruit. I love grapefruit oil in my dressing, but I'll put 1 drop of grapefruit oil, or 2 fell in there, not a big deal. You can do lemon or lime or oregano or whatever, right? I love the essential oils. Now, not all essential oils you could do this with. So you want to make sure that you're using one that you can take internally, and that it's a quality that is medicinal grade, basically, that you can take, that is safe. So we're not going to get into that right now, but I teach about that, and you can find out more on my actual website, which is delicioushippie's.com. And if you want to make sure you're ordering oils that are safe, I can hook you up with that. So just reach out to me if you have any questions. Salt and pepper. All right. And then you can put dried herbs in there if you want as well. And you just whisk it a little bit. Oh my God, I can smell it already. I can smell mostly the grapefruit. And it smells like I just peeled a grapefruit, because it's literally the oil that comes from the grapefruit peel. That's it. That's all there is in this oil. I'm gonna taste it. It's pretty delicious. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna cut up this nice heirloom tomato, just a few minutes, and some cucumber, and I'm going to throw that in my salad, put a little bit of chicken on there, and that's my dinner tonight. So I've got lots of food set up for the week. And at least I know that there's always something I can grab quickly that is a healthy option, that is low in fat, and that is going to give me multiple meals. So those are my tips. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be seeing you guys next week. Bye.